Hello, friends. Today we are going to discuss, are you a mobile phone addict? There was a quote, we spend so much time on our smartphones instead of spending it with our loved ones. That means we are wasting our more time on mobile phone rather than interacting with our loved ones. I am Dr. Jagajit Singh Virk, MBBS, FCGP, FAMS, PGDGM, presenting to you this session. New terminology. Pathological phone use has given rise to a raft of new terminology such as nomophobia, the fear of going without your phone. But nomophobia, shortened from no mobile phone phobia, describes a fear of not having your phone that's so persistent and severe it affects daily life. Next is textaphrenia, the fear that you can't send or receive texts. Textaphrenia is considered to be a combination of auditory hallucination and delusion, where the affected individual believes that he had heard a text message tone or feel that his handset is vibrating with indication of an arrival of a new text message. While in reality, there is actually no new message in the inbox of his mobile or smartphones. Next is phantom vibrations trusted source. The feeling that your phone is alerting you when it really isn't. What causes phone addiction? For many people, social interaction stimulates the release of dopamine, a hormone in the brain. Because so many people use their phones as tools of social interaction, they become accustomed to constantly checking them for that hit of dopamine that's released when they connect with others on social media or some other application. Why is it addictive? Preoccupation with smartphone, usage when feeling anxious or depressed, wasting time with excessive use, causing relationship or job criticisms, tolerance, failed attempts to curb usage, withdrawal symptoms, feeling required to use it more and more to achieve the same desired effect. It is designed to be addictive. Access to a smartphone can make the life easier by making information accessible. Still, the convenience comes at a price. The devices are carefully designed to be hard to put down. Through its colors, sounds, and vibrations, the technology purposely keeps its users engaged. According to former Google design ethicist Tristan Harris, features like pull to refresh were inspired by slot machines and other casino games. Designers and engineers meticulously develop every aspect of the device to create fanatical users. How many hours is phone addiction? According to research from Rescue Time, one of several applications for iOS and Android created to monitor phone use, people generally spend an average of 3 hours and 15 minutes on their phones every day, with the top 20% of smartphone users spending upward of 4.5 hours. Signs and symptoms of addiction. a need to use the cell phone more and more often in order to achieve the same desired effect. Persistent failed attempts to use cell phone less often. Preoccupation with smartphone use. Turns to cell phone when experiencing unwanted feelings such as anxiety or depression. Excessive use characterized by loss of sense of time has put a relationship or job at risk due to excessive cell phone use. Tolerance, need for newest cell phone, more applications or increased use. Withdrawal, when cell phone or network is unreachable, there is a feeling of anger, tension, depression, irritability, and restlessness. Suicide. It is important to note that there has also been a rise in depression and suicide among teenagers in recent years correlated to phone addiction. Adolescent girls are particularly susceptible to this risk. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, between 2010 to 2015, the suicide rate rose by 65%. At the same time, the rate of severe depression among girls increased by 58%. Many researchers believe the rise in suicides is a direct reflection of the negative effects of phone addiction. Physical effects of addiction. Digital eye strain. The pain and discomfort associated with viewing a digital screen for over 2 hours. Eyes begin to burn and itch. There is blurred vision. There is eye fatigue. Digital eye strain can cause headache. Neck problems, also known as text neck, which refers to pain resulting from looking down at cell phone or tablet for too long. Increased illnesses due to germs. 1 in 6 cell phones has fecal matter on it. E. coli bacteria, which can cause fever, vomiting, and diarrhea, is found on many phones. Phones have been found to be contaminated with MRSA, that is methicillin-resistant Staph aureus, that causes painful abscesses, life-threatening infections in bones, joints, surgical wounds, bloodstream, heart valves, and lungs. Car accidents. Many people believe that they can multitask and use their phones while driving, but this causes significant impairment that puts the driver and others on the road in danger. Research has revealed that texting and driving can be just as dangerous as drinking and driving. Male infertility. Preliminary studies have revealed that cell phone radiation may decrease sperm count, sperm motility, and viability of the sperms. Phone addiction may lead to sleep deficit, lower concentration, creativity blocks, aggravated attention deficit disorder, anxiety, reduced cognition, that is perception, learning, and reasoning, stress, loneliness, insecurity, impaired relationships with loved ones, poor grades in the classes, psychological disorders. Chronic phone use can also cause other physical dysfunctions like gamma aminobutyric acid, a neurotransmitter in the brain, dysfunction, and a loss of gray matter in the brain, which are highly correlated to substance use disorders. Psychological effects of addiction. Sleep disturbances. Cell phone addiction has been linked to an increase in sleep disorders and fatigue in users. Using your cell phone before bed increases the likelihood of insomnia, that is sleeplessness. Bright light may decrease sleep quality. Smartphone use could decrease amount of time it takes to fall asleep. Light emitted from the cell phone may activate the brain. There may be cases of depression, obsessive compulsive disorder, relationship problems. Offline relationships may suffer as a result of neglect in favor of excessive cell phone and social media use. There may be anxiety. Research has found that college students who use their cell phones the most are more likely to feel anxious during downtime. How can you distinguish between normal phone use and phone addiction? Below are a few ways to discern if someone has signs and symptoms of a phone addiction. Lying about smartphone use with the peers. Loved ones expressing concern that you are using a lot of mobile phone. Neglect or trouble completing duties at work, school or home. More and more times using a phone. Checking people's profiles repeatedly due to anxiety. Accidents or injury due to phone use. Working later to complete tasks. Weak or non-existent social life. Isolation from loved ones. A feeling of lack of connection. Angry or irritated if phone use is interrupted. Getting up at night to check a phone, whether there is some message. Reaching for the phone the moment they are alone or bored. Phantom vibrations, thinking the phone buzzes when it doesn't. Limiting phone use is difficult for them. Craving access to a smartphone or another device. Fear of missing out. It is essential to remember that there is no specific amount of time, frequency, or messages sent that indicates phone addiction. Yet an accumulation of the above warning signs is an indicator of an underlying phone use problem. To know, am I addicted? Do you find yourself spending more time on your smartphone than you realize? Do you find yourself mindlessly passing time on a regular basis by starting at your smartphone, even though there might be better or more productive things to do? Do you seem to lose track of time when on your cell phone? Do you find yourself spending more time texting, tweeting, or emailing as opposed to talking to your real-time people? Has the amount of time you spend on your cell phone been increasing day by day? Do you secretly wish you could be a little less wired or connected to your cell phone? Do you sleep with your smartphone on or under your pillow or next to your bed regularly? Do you find yourself viewing and answering texts, tweets, and emails at all hours of the day and night, even when it means interrupting other things you are doing? Do you text, email, tweet, or surf the internet while driving or doing other similar activities that require your focused attention and concentration? Do you feel your use of your cell phone actually decreases your productivity at time Do you feel reluctant to be without your smartphone even for a short time? When you leave the house, you always have your smartphone with you and you feel ill at ease or uncomfortable when you accidentally leave your smartphone in the car or at home, or you have no service or it is broken. When you eat meals, is your cell phone always part of the table place setting? When your phone rings, beeps, buzzes, do you feel an intense urge to check for texts, tweets, or emails, updates, etc.? Do you find yourself mindlessly checking your phone many times a day, even when you know there is likely nothing new or important to see? How to stop your phone addiction? Turn off notifications. Turning off your push notifications is one of the first things you need to do to stop your phone addiction. Delete your most distracting applications. Set application time limits. Leave your phone in your bag. Set your phone to grayscale. How to help teens overcome a smartphone addiction? Believe it or not, smartphone use can be beneficial for teens. Teens use smartphones to connect with peers, seek help on school assignments, and they can even use applications to help them get organized. Although it might seem like teens are constantly connected, many use their devices within healthy limits. It's important to empower teens to take control of their own use of smartphones and create and maintain a healthy balance. This isn't a one-time conversation. A few things you can do to help provide guidance and support include the following. Educate. Talk openly about the benefits and potential pitfalls of screen time. Lecturing rarely yields positive results, but asking your teens for input about the pros and cons can spark lively conversations. How does too much screen time affect us physically, emotionally, academically, and socially? What can we gain from using our smartphones responsibly? Make a plan. Talk about setting healthy limits and boundaries for the family and what checks and balances you can use to stick to them, like not allowing phone use during dinner. Remember, teens aren't the only ones prone to overuse. What happens if parents are pushing the family screen time limits? Monitor use as a family. Teens look for workarounds when they feel like they are being watched. Make monitoring a family goal so that teens own up to their usage and behavior online. There are several applications available to monitor how and when your teens use their phones. The iPhones now has a screen time setting. You can use this to track usage and set healthy limits for specific applications. That is hours per day for social media, and to shut down applications at a certain time. Talk with your teens about healthy and realistic limits. Create a check-in policy. Phones, tablets, and laptops should be removed from the bedroom at night to curb sleep disturbance and insomnia. Create a plan to check devices in at a certain time in the evening and out in the morning. Establish screen-free zones. Meals, family outings, and social gatherings are examples of times when frequent checking negatively affects relationships. Set boundaries for screen use in these settings and stick to them. Model healthy boundaries. When parents are glued to their phones, teens learn that this is appropriate behavior. Stick to the limits and boundaries you set. Self-treatment for cell phone addiction. Smartphone addiction has been compared to internet gambling and shopping addiction. It is a compulsive behavior that works similarly to substance addiction in the brain. While cell phone addiction is a fairly new concept and it isn't yet in the DSM-5 Diagnostic and Statistically Manual of Mental Disorders, there are a few treatment suggestions for those suffering from this condition. Make rules for yourself concerning your phone usage. Set time periods in which you shouldn't use your phone, that is 9 p.m. to 7 a.m. Designate activities in which your phone is forbidden, that is driving, dinner time. Schedule break times to access your phone or social media. Download an application to help cut down on the cell phone use. Break Free and Menthol allow you to track the amount of time you are spending on your phone and which applications. Cold Turkey and Self-Control allow you to block the sites you wish to avoid. Relaxation techniques such as mindfulness can help you to cope with your cravings to use your cell phone or access social media. Phone addiction treatment. Phone addiction is pervasive. Still, there are ways to combat and treat the disorder. There are specialized addiction treatment centers that can help. Some of these detox centers offer a variety of programs to help their patients kick the digital addiction. Below are a few treatment approaches used by facilities to treat phone addiction. Number one, cognitive behavior therapy aims to change your maladaptive thoughts, feelings, and behaviors into healthy and positive ones. This method has been proven effective in treating internet addiction, which is very similar to cell phone addiction. Motivational interviewing is centered around you. The client helps to identify the difference between current state and desired state and allows you to find motivation to make a positive behavioral change. Marriage or couples counseling, group sport, internet tech addiction anonymous, psychotherapy, medication assisted treatment. Medications such as antidepressants, antipsychotics, and psychostimulants can help to treat internet addiction. Don't let phone addiction win. Though smartphones are an excellent resource, they also can be potentially dangerous tools, especially for children and young adults. The extent of issues that arise from excessive phone use is still not completely understood. However, as science continues to link health problems to cell phone use, it is essential to be proactive. If you are worried about yourself or loved one, there are steps you can take. Do not let a phone consume anyone's life. Take an empowered step towards recovery, possibly by delineating a short time frame in which to complete an all-out phone detox. If that's not feasible for you or for the one with the problem, then bring as much awareness to the issue as you can. Sometimes being conscious of our issues and tracking our behavior as best we can is all we can do. That's all. Thank you very much.